Alrighty, well, it's been a long time, but anyways, welcome back to another vlog. What you see behind me is my basic music production setup, but we're gonna talk about that in some other video. I know what you're here for. We're gonna talk about my solo trip to Goa last year, yes, 2019. I know it's a long overdue vlog, but I had my reasons of not being able to edit it and share it with you guys. However, I think it worked out fine because in these pandemic times, I can look back at something and be happy about. And again, the best part is that I can get to share it with you guys. So there are a few things that I want to let you know before this vlog starts. I actually did not plan for this trip like at all. So I had my Diwali break from my school and I just wanted to get out from the city. I had a friend in Goa, so then I just decided let's go over there. Plus, I really wanted to go and explore the culture and some different side of Goa altogether because I've been there before, but with my friends and we only end up doing the same things that usually people end up doing over there. And I think once in a while you should do solo tripping because it's so much more better. It gives you time to do things at your own pace. And you're not restricted or you're not bound by anything. So the trip did not really start on a very good note because first of all I had a very wet ride till Goa. I was not planning to ride in the rains, and almost 2 weeks before my trip date, it stopped raining and it was like nice clear skies, and just a day before when I was leaving it started pouring. I thought it's a passing shower, apparently it wasn't. And it kept on raining since then all the way till Goa. Also, the first few days I could not really record anything properly because I did not have electricity at the place where I was staying. So my phone and my GoPro was out of charge most of the time. So yeah, I really wanted to vlog properly, but I couldn't, unfortunately. So yeah, that's that. But towards the end, the trip got really beautiful, and I think it was all worth it because I got to witness some things which people don't really know. So I was there for about a week and the vlog has been divided into few parts. So be on the lookout for that. And without further ado, let's travel back in time and join me on my trip to Goa 2019. What is up, people? So I'm back from my vacation. Oh my god, what a lovely trip it was. I just came here to shoot that entire story. Basically I'm just gonna narrate the entire story to you guys, just to tell you exactly what was going on, because things did not go as planned as I thought it would be, but that was the beauty about this entire trip. So I had a Diwali break and Goa was the first thing that came to my mind. I have a friend over there in Goa. His name is Binkit, and I've been speaking to him on and off. He was here first in Bombay and now he permanently lives in Goa. So I left around 8:30 in the morning. It was still pouring and I had all my rain gear on, every cover on my bag and everything, so that was fine. So this is my first ever ride to Goa. I've been to Goa before, but this is the first ever time I'm traveling to Goa on a bike, and also the first ever time for me to go on a long trip on this bike in general. This is a new bike. This is my Bajaj 400 Domina 2019 edition. Very nice. Loving the bike so far. So the funny part is that this is my first bike, and I've had a scooter before this. Like, I still have it. It's a 125cc Honda Activa. That is what I've been riding all this while. But yeah, so this was like a pretty big jump without having any experience on a bike, and this was one of the reasons why I wanted to do this trip, so I get to learn on how to ride properly. I know it's not really the safest thing, especially in these conditions when it's raining constantly, potholes all around, but I think I at least I am confident enough that I will be safe from my end, and let's hope for a safe journey. So it's been a decent ride so far, but this rain, man, this rain is just non-stop, and because of that I'm not even able to ride fast. So I'm definitely gonna take time to reach Goa today. On top of that, I left late, so yeah, that's not really looking good. But look at that view. Oh man, wow, that's so beautiful. This is the best part about riding, and yeah, I mean, rainy season has its own perks, but yeah, just so happy right now. There's definitely a lot of wind blast when you're going high speed, and this does not have a windshield in front, so maybe when I put a windshield, I think it should affect a lot. It should be more comfortable, and hopefully I think the speed also increases a little bit more. But for a 400cc, definitely the performance is very good, and it does its job really well. After constantly riding in the rain, finally some dry road, and I'm so happy that I can speed up now and make up for the time that I've lost. I got a horrible traffic in Satara for like 2 hours. It was almost a standstill traffic, was just could barely move. And it was only because of a lot of trucks and like this crater sized potholes. So yeah, our amazing roads are like just an adventure in itself. So yeah, let's hope that I can at least reach Goa by at least say 9 or 10 in the night. Possibilities are a little slim, but let's hope so. Hopefully it does not rain. I can see this dark clouds in front of me, like I think that it is raining over there. So maybe this happiness is like it's gonna be short lived, unfortunately. Well, let's just go with the flow. Let's enjoy the ride. So I don't really know which part of the route I'm on right now, and Google Maps are there in my ears, and whatever Miss Google is telling me, I'm just following that. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I think I should be approaching Goa West Hotel maybe in some time. And also the bike is performing really well. It's not been having any issues so far, even with all this constant rain, potholes, and God knows what all. Pickup is really good. The best part is that I'm not feeling tired. I'm actually not feeling tired. It's just been a very stressful ride, but yeah, I'm good. I'm very happy. But I'm really hungry because I did not take any stops till now for this past I think 9 hours since I've been riding. I've actually not taken even a single stop except for fuel break and just take a piss. I think I will stop at Goa West Hotel, have something over there, and then just head towards Amboli. I really need to hurry up now. Finally, just before Goa West, I had like a beautiful sight. There was this ghat sort of section on the highway, and there was just clouds all around. Oh my god, that was really beautiful. You know, that kind of like completely calmed me down from all that stressful ride. This is what
both. Dude, this is, oh my fucking god. Can you see anything? Can you see anything? Nope, can't. This is too goddamn good.
And then Goa West Hotel was coming. I've heard a lot about it. So I thought, let me just take a halt over there. So by the time I reached Goa West Hotel, it was already say 7:30 in the evening. So I just rushed out from there, and then the roads, immediately as soon as I got out on the road to Amboli, the roads were really, really bad, and it was already dark. Alright, so I'm just done with my food at Goa West Hotel. I'm sorry I could not record anything. It was just such a mess. I just had some bhurji pav and some chai just to refresh myself. I think my clothes are wet because I just checked all my bags, my saddle bags, and I just opened it to just check if everything is fine, and I could feel my clothes inside wet, which is really strange. It's supposed to be a completely waterproof saddle bag. I'm using a Rhinox. I'm using Rhinox saddles, so I don't know. I'll have to just reach and see what exactly is going on. But yeah, I mean, I just couldn't record anything at Goa West because my phone was inside. My battery is also very low, and I need to make it last till the time I reach Goa. It's already so dark that I'm really worried. I don't know if you guys can see anything, but I can barely see the road. I'm probably sure that GoPro is not really able to capture. Plus, my GoPro battery is gonna die soon, so I don't think I'll be able to record anything after some time. These potholes are deadly, man. Like, I cannot. Whoa! People, what is wrong with you? Man, this is quite scary because I can barely see. These lights definitely need, this bike definitely needs external headlights. My bum. It's starting to hurt. now I'm feeling the pain quite a lot in a lot of. Oh my god, man, these potholes are just. But the good part is that the bike is really performing well in. Oh, what? Oh my god, man. The good part is this ABS is working really, really well, and the bike is performing well. Only thing is that if I get stranded somewhere, after a long time, I think about more 4 hours from Goa West, or 3 hours, I'm not really sure exactly. I was so tired by the end of it. I reached Arambol. I met my friend. My phone battery died by that time. My GoPro battery died, so I could not really record anything by then. And then I met him, and then it was already, I think, about 11:30, by the time I reached, and it was too late for me to get a hotel room. So he said he has his friend who runs a hostel. So he's like, why don't you just crash there for the night, and next day we'll just sort you out to the room. So I'm like, okay, I just have to get through the night. And I was kind of thinking this is not how I wanted my vacation to start. But I'm like, okay, it's alright. Maybe just better days ahead. So now day 2. I met Binkit in the morning. When I got up, there was just a room opposite the hostel. Some uncle's place. It wasn't really great, but again, I just needed a room to crash and just to keep my stuff. So I wasn't really worried. And plus, the room was just $500. So I was like, why not? It's alright. I'm just saving up on some money. I just I just took all my stuff, dumped it in there. I met Binkit, and then we just went out for coffee. And also at the same time, he called one of his friend. His name is Rafa. At that same place, I met another guy. His name is Rene. We're just talking, just getting to know each other, and then afterwards, Rene said, "Why don't you go to this Sweetwater Lake?" And it's sort of like a lagoon. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in Goa already know about this place, but people from outside, a lot of them, they don't really know, what exactly this place is. So I actually got really excited. So we just, finished our breakfast. We just headed out. So I did not really record the journey because Rafa and Rene told me that it's better not to just show it to everybody. Otherwise, they're gonna come and they'll crowd it. And I totally 100% agree with them. Directly took all the shots at the place when we were there. Check it out. So I'm in Goa right now, and this place is a secret lagoon which some of my friends got me. There is Binks, there's Rafael, there's Ivana swimming over there. So I arrived yesterday, and it's been just raining constantly, non-stop. Today, even now, it's still raining a little bit. It's drizzling, but I don't care anymore because this place is so... I don't even know what to say. Alright, so let me just introduce you to my people. That's Binks. So he's the one who's helping me out with everything for this entire trip. But yeah, we've not been able to do much. I think this would be the first official part of the vacation, as I can say it started. Rafael, how's it going, bro? So he's the guy who showed me the place, by the way, and bro, this is different. This is more than different. This is just too good. Exactly, your own private pool, right? And there's absolutely nobody, which is the best part. And I think that's what I was just saying, that I would not really sure how to come here. I would like to keep it that way. Let's keep it sacred, it's better that way. Rafael is my tour guide for this trip, right? So I hope we get to see more places. Yeah. So yeah, we had a beautiful day. So we took our bikes and then we headed down to this small place where there was chai, and then there was these bhaji paos, and it was just a very, very calming and a very nice, soothing afternoon and evening. Also, I could not record that entire bit of the evening section because there was no electricity, first of all, the entire night that I was there, and my phone had died. Again, also my GoPro, I did not get to charge it. So that was one of the biggest issues which I was facing over there, was no electricity. So after all that nice footage, I don't think this is very pleasing, but I've just come back to my room. So this is my room, by the way. I have gotten it for 500 bucks, so I can't really ask a lot, but I have a bed, I have a bathroom. Again, let me just show you. This is the bathroom, nothing to really see. I have some area over here and all my stuff. So everything is just a mess. All my stuff is just lying around on the bed. As you can see over here, that's my saddlebags over there. This is my tank bag over there. This is my laptop bag over here, and all my jacket and everything is over there. To be very honest, I have not really been able to vlog properly the way I had planned it. The weather's not on our side. It's just been raining constantly. It's really difficult for me to get my stuff out, shoot, or keep things dry. It's just becoming a pain right now. And hopefully in the next few days, if the rain dies down, then I should be able to do things properly. But again, the whole point of this trip was that I really wanted to explore places which people have not really explored much. Maybe only the locals, not even like all the locals, but very specific people would know about it. Like today's place, that lagoon. I mean, oh my god! I've been to Goa before. I've gone to places like the same place which everyone goes to, but I've never seen something like that. So that was really fun, and hopefully we should be able to find more places like that. And yeah, that was it. So I just put up some pictures on Instagram earlier in the day. So because of the Instagram updates, I got a call from Amir. He is the drummer for my band, and he said that he is in Goa. And then it turned out to be that he's in Vagator and I was in Arambol, and he said, dude, this is what a freaking coincidence, so we gotta meet. So I'm like, okay, tomorrow first thing in the morning, I'm gonna catch up with you. As you see, this entire water body, and you see that place, so that's Maharashtra, and this is the border for Maharashtra and Karnataka.